Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Devil May Cry 3 on Dante Must Die difficulty. This is Mission 11. It's entitled Revenge. And I have my gunslinger style selected, and I'll go over that in a minute. But first of all, we have two Enigmas here. And how this works is that there's two Enigmas out here. You want to kill these guys and grab the orbs. And then in the next phase, there is an unskippable battle. By the way, this fight here is skippable. The next fight is the next fight is not skippable, and it's against the Soul Eaters. So I'm having the gunslinger on because it has more powerful charged shots. So there's a cutscene here which I edited out, and then I did a little bit more research on these guys, and it turns out that when you face away from them, that's when they attack you. It's not proximity like I thought. It's simply face away from them and then they will attack you. So in preparation for their charge, when they try to attack me, I have my ebony and ivory charged, and I just shoot. I don't even really aim. This is a corridor here that you can't manipulate the perspective. So this fight here, by the way, I'm going to speed up every time I do the slashing of this platform over here. I'm going to speed this up because it takes too long. But so if you perish over here against the Soul Eaters and the Hell Vanguard, they'll put you at the end of the level. However, you don't have to do. They saved the fact that you beat the Soul Eaters in the previous room, and they also they'll force you to do this puzzle over again. So it's a little hit or miss about how fair that is. But anyway, you don't want to jump down once you do this here. You want to stay up here because the Hell Vanguard will probably not come up here. There was one time that she came up here. I did this about 10 times. There was one time she came up here. There was one time she was trapped in the doorway downstairs that opens up once you do that cutscene. But otherwise, just stay up here and charge your guns, face away from these enemies, and then they will attack you. But they go down really quickly with the charged shots. And what this is you just hold the square button down with the gunslinger selected, the style on, and you get X amount of charge shots. It's not like you have to charge every single shot. I'm sure you guys know how to do it, but it's just suicide to go down there because the Hellguard's already aggroed. She just doesn't tend to come up here. I mean, it's like a 1 out of 10 chance as far as I experienced. And then once everybody's clear, you want to taunt. Looks like all the Soul Eaters are gone. So I'm just trying to taunt a little bit, and then I'm going to jump down here. And remember the sound effects you want to listen for here. It's the bell gongs 3 times when she's teleporting, and then when she finally materializes for you to attack, it's kind of like a cash register sound. So they give you plenty of audio cues as far as what you need to be listening for when she's off screen and you're double jumping away from her. So remember, when your sword clangs with her scythe, you have to immediately jump to get the iframes from getting hit by her slash. You'll take no damage, and then you could proceed to hit her. And just remember to do your demon transformation flux whenever she comes back, preferably with the most amount of devil trigger you have, and she should go down pretty quick. I believe there is an instance soon where we fight 2 of them at once. I seem to recall that. But this is a pretty good strategy. It's just it doesn't work with the Soul Eaters down here. It's not a they shouldn't have. I don't like the Soul Eaters, to be honest. And then after this, we'll do it's like a hand car ride, but it's not a hand car. I'm not really sure what it is. Some kind of a train or something. Open platform train. And then we have Beowulf, which is this boss is I'm just gonna be honest. I don't personally think he's fair, because the way I fight is just normal fighting. I don't employ any tricks or any. When I say tricks, I mean like valid techniques that advanced players use. I don't really want to learn those. Not because I'm lazy, but I want to play the game as much as I can the way I want to play it. So I was just thinking about this when I was fighting Beowulf. It's just like, you do so little damage to him, and obviously he rips you apart so easily. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the aerial cross move with the Agni and Rudra, and the style that I'm going to have equipped is going to be, I don't think it matters as far as my strategy. It doesn't matter because I don't use the style button at all. Did I have to use some items? Yes, I used a couple of healing items, and I finished him off with some holy waters, because he's just out of control, this fucking boss. And it's one of those things where, like the previous two bosses, I enjoyed them and I had fun and I didn't have to use any items, and I thought they were fair. It's just that some of these bosses, they don't give you enough reaction time, and your hitbox that you can get hit in is so huge that, I don't know. It's really strange. But this part's not hard. The part in the next chapter is more difficult, but there's a trial involving this kind of scenario too. You'll definitely want your gunslinger mode on for that, for charge shots, things like that, and devil trigger. But Beowulf is he's got a 3-hit punch that he does, and he's got like a flare attack as well. You want to hit his eye when the fight starts. You want to hit his eye, and then you want to hit his body a little bit, and then you want to quickly evade away. You don't want to if you want to get the iframes from the jump, you can do that, but you might not have enough recovery time off the weapon that I'm going to be using, because I tried the Rebellion, but it doesn't take away enough damage with the Swordmaster, because when you jump with this weapon, like I've said a couple of times, he just does the Helm Splitter. This right here, when you're jumping in the air and he's targeting other people, just rapidly tap the L3 button to just target a whole bunch of people, and the Hoarder will eventually expire and take everybody with him, hopefully. So, like right here, I was rapidly tapping the L3 button to make sure I was targeting, everybody. Not necessarily everybody, you know what I mean? Just so I could keep targeting multiple people quickly. So the fight is going to start up here pretty soon, and this guy is we're going to have to fight him later in the game too. So what I said about having items for yourself, that's the assumption I'm making here as far as my strategy. Now he's got that three hit combo. You just want to jump, hit him in the face with the triangle button, and store up your devil trigger so that you can do a flux when he kneels on the ground. These kind of attacks, you can jump and get the iframes, or if you need to, you can just double jump away from them. But things really start to get hectic when he starts using those cages, and he starts jumping all over the place. But he does have a pattern, as much as it is, but he throws everything is such a mess, this fight. So when he kneels down, you can do the charge. However, it does not take away hardly anything, and you need to get out of the way when he does that burst. He's also got a very unfair slash attack, with a projectile kind of slash attack that he does near the end of the fight. And I gotta be honest, I don't know how to evade it. I tried the trickster. I think I had the trickster on because that was the only thing I could think of to try to get out of the way of that. So maybe throwing holy waters during that would work rather than at the end when I was just next to him. I think the holy waters work regardless of where you're positioned. So I'll definitely need to have some feedback from people about that because I don't know how to evade that. Other than, I'm not talking about the royal guard, I'm talking about like evading. But when he does that smash, you're going to be able to get that smash later with these gauntlets, but when he does the smash, you need to get away. And there's just not very many opportunities to hit him, plus you damage him very negligible. Your hits are negligible. Fuck, I can't talk. So it's that double irony of your hits don't take away very much, and you have very few openings to actually hit this guy because he's charging across the screen. What I do here, when he's charging, I double jump and rapidly press the gun attack so that I could stay airborne as high as possible and not get hit here. So here I'm using the Rebellion a little bit and moving out of the way of his attack because I know it has huge range. When he's throwing the cages at you from a distance, you can fire cancel with a spiral, which is what I do. It doesn't take very much away though. That's the only thing, but at least it's a little bit. But again, it's just not enough. So like this kind of a fight, it's not fair because you're jumping all over the place to try to evade this guy. And I just think the best representations of bosses are like a Nevin boss or the Heart. Something that gives you the proper reaction time. And that's just me, the pros can do this without taking any damage. But I'm not a pro and I'm not teaching pros how to beat this game. But I spent about 3 hours on this guy because as hard as it is, it's a fun fight. It's just that, it starts getting really frustrating in the later phase of the fight. So right there, I had a failure of the controller just then. This here, see, I don't even know what the hell you would do there. And I'm sorry I can't provide an answer. But this guy is just out of control. What really needs to happen here is this dog needs to go in the cages that he's throwing. He needs to be put in the cage. Okay, so I think I'm going to drop some holy waters. So I dropped 3 holy waters, almost finished him off. He almost killed me. I had to heal, and then we're just going to hit him one or two more times with the aerial cross, and that'll be the end of the fight.